Hello, welcome back. I am Elizabeth of The Sovereign Way, and I'm here again with Natalia Garcia. She is a registered dietitian and licensed nutritionist, board certified integrative and functional nutrition practitioner. And we're talking about the non-diet approach to smart holiday eating. And we've heard her talk about the controlled feast without guilt. And I am really pleased to welcome one of her clients, Fedra, to the table today. Thank you for being here, Fedra.
Oh, thank you for having me.
I read your notes, Fedra, and I really identified with part of your story, especially how being from a family where food is the center of your life and where food is a big part of celebration. Can you tell me about that?
Oh, yes. So, my stepfather is from Mexico. My mother and my father are from Europe. And as in Eastern Europe, bread is always on the table. And when we celebrate, no matter someone graduates or a promotion or any type of really reward, it's a feasting. And it's just, the table is full. And how Natalia was saying earlier that how to say no to that.
Mm. Yeah.
That's really key here about obtaining that discipline and of awareness of like to check in with yourself and just say, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm done." Whereas sometimes in family segments when there's I guess stress or things unsaid, we tend to eat instead of really communicating with each other.
Mm.
And that's a common thread.
So mindfulness has been a big part of your story with Natalia then.
Yes, I mean, I've gone through a separate, spiritual process, and from my observation, discipline and becoming very aware of the body, our beautiful vessel is just as important. And so, to me, I saw very physical issues that had sustained for a period of many years. I really believe it started when I was diagnosed with leukemia at the age of 3.
Mm.
By 5, I was in remission, but I was, a stick, and I was given prednisone. And naturally, my parents at that time really wanted me to eat and get to a healthy look, for, their daughter, of course. But that habit stretched on for many years of me just constantly wanting to overeat
Mm.
and have that quote unquote healthiness. And that registered in my mind as healthy eating.
Yeah. Tell me about
That
the
makes
work that
sense.
you did together, Natalia.
So I remember you came to me because you had certain concerns, right? I
Yeah,
remember you felt bloated. You kind of
all the
knew
time.
something was off in the gut. And I know we did some GI testing and I know we were working on that. That's much better. But the
Hmm.
most important thing about your story and what I love is how aware you have become in terms of how stress or an unplanned day or your just day to day life impacts your eating. So I feel for you, you came to me because of as very specific help, but we ended up working in so many areas and we're continuing to work on so many areas. So I'm excited that you're here sharing your story. And when we look at that image of root causes of imbalanced health, stress, I feel is something that you and I continue to talk about. And for anybody who's watching, become aware that stress can be the one thing in your life that just tips everything to the other side. So,
Yes, of course, you offered many different aspects to look at, but things that come to mind was when you would recommend to, drink water. I can't tell you how many times from job to job in my life, working in retail, working in customer service, being on your feet for 12 hours and you don't drink water. Then you have that habit, and then you see what the physical effects can happen when you don't just drink water. Then it was about looking at my habits. When am I overeating? When do I want to binge? And why? What is the emotional aspect behind it? Do I feel depleted? Am I sad? Am I stressed? Is it a conversation that I want to have with my friends and family and rather not? I'll just have some ice cream. It'll all go away. When
Mm.
it accumulated into my body, internalizing those emotions, it will bring dis-ease, and
Mm.
it's just seeing that and just attributing more habits of now, eating twice a day. I feel very full and vibrant, drinking more water, really getting more disciplined of working out and sleeping, it's like we pulled away the old habits and then integrated these new habits that I don't feel depleted or that I'm missing out or that I have to jump from one diet to the next to try to figure this out, which many people feel. And it was just so wonderful with you to learn about all of these things.
Thank
Really,
you.
I feel like I'm always learning with you.
Thank you. Well, it was a process. First, I know we did a microbiome testing and then you eliminated. I asked you, if you want to
Oh,
heal and feel better and not bloated and constipated, we have to eliminate certain foods. And then you actually became very aware. Is it that I need food or is it that I want food? Right. And also, what is the emotional connection that you have with food?
yes.
Looking at just your development as a human being.
Yeah, I was very adamant about making these changes when I found you, and I loved your integrity of like, "Are you ready to do this?" And it's so pumped me up in a way that I'm continuing to do it. And that's really what it takes. It takes that initiative of like feeling your body and seeing that there's something wrong that needs to change, and then finding someone, so beautiful in character like yourself to really show, with testing, with knowledge. And when you have that awareness, really nothing can stop you.
Wow. Thank you so much, Fedra. When you have that awareness, really nothing can stop you, Fedra said. Listen, Natalia writes about this and a lot more in her book that's coming up. And if you'd like to reach out to Natalia, just like Fedra did, to change her life, send her an email today.
One last thing. What I want to know is that today, I know you're experiencing improved digestion. I know that we're testing for hormonal
Yes.
imbalances and some possible deficiencies, and also how your mindset can be so inspiring for many that are watching. So I hope that this story is inspiring to know that it's a self-discovery journey because it's all about how we grow through this journey. So thank you everybody for being here.